Hey everyone, welcome to the Freelance Diaries. I'm Molly Jakes, and you probably read the title to this episode. Today I am going to be sharing how I made $50,000 in 1 month. Yes, it is true, artists really don't need to be starving. Okay, so if you followed along with any of my freelance diaries in the past, or if you just know me in general, you probably have learned by now that I'm really good at just rambling on. So to limit the random rambling, I've actually pulled together a few notes that I wanted to talk about today, and hopefully it'll keep things on track. So yes, I made $50,000 in 1 month. This actually was not a bizarre thing for me. In the past, I have made $50,000 in 1 month, but recently this was kind of like a new project that I haven't taken on in the past. And so if you have been following along with my work, you know that I made this money from launching an online course called Happy Money, which is all about building passive income for creatives. And the cool thing about this class is that I actually used the method that I teach in this class, I used it to launch the class. I wanted to start off by talking about how I did it, how I made the money, because yeah, that's a lot of money for anybody. So I did it a few different ways. So I created hype around this class, and I created that hype by going through a marketing plan, which again, I kind of outline in the class anyway. So I marketed the product before I put it out into the world, and that was really important. I also was really obsessed. I was working day in and day out, head down, not eating very well, not sleeping very well, just working super freaking hard on this class to put it out into the world. I was totally obsessed with it. I did it by putting out good content. The video quality was good. I used the video that the camera that I'm using right now, I used that to produce the class. And most importantly, the content that is in the videos and in the modules is really valuable. I did it by connecting with others. So I am absolutely a textbook introvert through and through. And something that I did while marketing this class, and it was kind of unintentional anyway, I connected with people one-on-one. So anytime there was someone who seemed to be, you know, very receptive to what I was teaching in this class and what I was producing, anytime I came in contact with those people, I made sure to reach out directly, ask them questions, kind of like figure out what their struggles were, what they wanted to learn, what type of products they think that they could create that they would genuinely enjoy creating. And most importantly, just like sympathize with, you know, the fact that it is hard to get started, and it's hard to know where to start, and then the competition is hard out there. I can sympathize with that. I totally know how it feels. So I was able to connect with people, which is awesome. And in the long run, it helped me launch a $50,000 launch. Next, how I feel about it. I felt really good about the production, about the content that I put out there. Like I said, the marketing, you know, I felt like it was okay. I think that I could get better at marketing. I'm not great at just doing the hustle. Sometimes I forget that my work is work. I often feel too salesy when, you know, I put myself out there too much and talk about the products that I'm selling and be like, oh, buy this product. I don't know, I think that I'm being annoying when in reality I'm not. As long as I'm not pushing a product on you every day, I think people like to see what I'm up to. And so I tried to put a little bit of that into my mind as I was marketing this class, and I do think it helped, but I think I could have been better. The student interaction. I have been cool with the student interaction. I do wish that, you know, during this, like the baby stages of this class, I had hoped to see more students actually interacting with each other. But it hasn't been bad. I've seen a little bit of interaction, but I do feel like the student interaction with me has been great. Ads. Okay, so advertising. I did a little bit of advertising to kind of boost the word about this class as I marketed it, and I don't feel like the ads did that well. I honestly feel like the place where I got most of my customers was via Instagram and via my newsletter. And so I feel like that has been good. And I have gotten hooked up with different people who have been promoting the class as affiliates, and that has been really good to kind of get the word out there outside of my reach and my client base. But I don't really feel necessarily like the ads themselves did that well. You might have seen one. If you are kind of like in my targeted ad group, you might have seen one and been like, this is creepy, but it is what it is. It was okay. Okay, what now? Okay, I am pulling together a mini series called 25 Live. I'm going to try to get my hands dirty with live streaming, and I'm gonna do this kind of like mini workshop, webinar style, all that good stuff. I'm teaching my first one on October 30th, so I can host 100 people in that, and if you wanna take the workshop after it has been streamed live, you can go ahead and just buy it on my website and have like a pre-recorded video of the live workshop for $25. That's the whole thing. It's gonna be a 25-minute live stream workshop for $25. Wow, I told myself that I wasn't gonna ramble on, and I have totally been rambling on so long that I filled up my memory card. What do I suggest to artists who are just starting out trying to establish either one or multiple streams of passive income, specifically through digital products, but just for those of you who are just starting out and you're like, I'd like to make $50,000 in 1 month, right? Number one, 100% you should take the Happy Money class. It's a really good class. I think you'd get a lot out of it. If you're not into my class, there are other classes out there, I'm sure. So go ahead, take a class. Learn from someone who has done it, who knows what they're doing. Do your research on trends. Know what is on trend, know what is going to be on trend, and try to be a trendsetter. Get good at your craft. This should be a given, but it takes a long time to get really good at something. So you gotta be gentle with yourself and try your best to look objectively, and if like you're not as good as someone else, your art isn't as good as someone else's art, just realize that that's just your place in your journey. It literally doesn't mean that that person is any better than you or you're worse. It just means that you're at a different place. And if it's something that you love and you're passionate about, you gotta work really freaking hard at it. And good things will come. If you work really hard, your skills will progress. Okay, be nice to people. This should be a no-brainer, but it's not always a no-brainer. Make connections with people and be nice. Don't demand things of people. Don't send out emails to people who you admire and be like, you need to give me all this information. Just be a nice person. You'd be surprised how far it can get you. So that's it. That's the end of my ramble. I feel in very good spirits. I'm very excited that my launch was so successful. It's a huge encouragement to me to kind of continue to produce content that is like this and market it in the same way that I outlined in this class. All right, so if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. Let me know what you think of this video. If this is something that you would like me to share more on, I would love to share. If you're new here, go ahead and subscribe, give it a big thumbs up, and yeah, thanks so much for sitting through this whole rambling video, and thank you so much to all my students who have signed up for Happy Money. Y'all are amazing. You're producing really amazing work, and I just cannot wait to see how that pans out for you and to share all the projects that you're working on. All right, see you later.